Welcome back, scholars. It is week 10, and this is lesson 46 of your distance learning lesson. From this video, we will review a list of the resources and materials you will need for the lesson, provide a brief overview of the learning for the lesson, model some of the reading, thinking, speaking, and writing required for the lesson, and preview the upcoming learning. Now, in our last lesson, we centered on author's purpose. Well, today we work on evaluating evidence from the article. Remember to share your learning with a family member, caregiver, or friend. Complete the weekly fluency activity and do at least 20 minutes of additional reading. Here's our riddle. Why did the moon skip dinner? Why did the moon skip dinner? Because it was full. Yes, here we have a photo of a full moon. I'm sure many of you got that riddle. Here are the materials you will need. This is lesson 46. You'll need your note catcher, reread the text closely, and a pencil. Let's review our focus for this week. We're reading this article, What's the Rush? We have two guiding questions. Do we determine our own destinies? Do we have to accept our destinies? Here's our learning target. I can close read a nonfiction text. I can also evaluate the claims in a nonfiction text. Today, we're closely rereading this article and we're looking for examples of evidence the author uses to support their claim. We're going to think about whether we're convinced of the article's claims. We'll talk with a family member about whether we're convinced, and that will prepare us for the writing activity. This is what we're thinking about. As we think about the article more closely today, we'll ask ourselves whether we're convinced of the article's claims. If not, please explain why not. And if you are convinced, explain why the evidence is convincing. Now, let's kick off our quick modeling of the close read using paragraph 3. What scientists are discovering, however, is that the brain is probably to blame. Place your hand on your forehead. Just behind your hand, in a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex, is an area that has an important job. It helps boss around the other parts of the brain so that you can make solid decisions, organize your thoughts, plan ahead, and anticipate consequences. The only problem is that the prefrontal cortex is slow to grow. In fact, it does not seem to be fully developed until about age 25. By rereading the third paragraph, I see that the author uses the word probably to suggest that the scientific evidence to back up the claim about the brain is still inconclusive. Perhaps the author is using the details about the slow growth of the prefrontal cortex to support her claim. We'll finish our lesson with talking and writing. This is what we should talk about. What is one question you still have after having read this article? And then this is what we'll write about. For our writing activity, let's imagine that you're a friend of the author and she would like you to show her where she could make the article more convincing. In other words, we need even stronger evidence before it's published. Write a short note to the author to share your thoughts. If you have questions, don't hesitate to email your ELA teachers for support using this format seen here. Tomorrow's lesson, we will engage in applying information in a nonfiction text. And as a reminder, don't forget to talk about your lesson with someone, read for 20 minutes, and practice your reading fluency. Thanks for learning with me today, scholars. Bye-bye.